Have you ever started a conversation calmly, then 5 minutes later you were both defending yourselves, repeating the same point, and feeling misunderstood? That pattern is extremely common. It is not proof that you are incompatible or bad at communication. It is usually a nervous system pattern. Defensiveness is a protection reflex. When your brain reads threat, it prioritizes self-protection over curiosity. In that mode, listening feels dangerous, admitting nuance feels risky, and connection drops fast. In this video, I will show you exactly why this happens and a practical framework to break the loop in real time. If you remember one thing, remember this: defensiveness is a temporary state, not a personality trait, and temporary states can be redirected with process. The moment you stop making it personal, you start seeing practical levers you can actually use. First, a simple model. Defensiveness has 4 phases: cue, interpretation, protection, and cost. The cue might be tone, wording, timing, or facial expression. The interpretation happens fast, usually unconsciously. I am being attacked, judged, or controlled. Protection appears as interrupting, explaining, counterattacking, or shutting down. Then cost arrives. Nothing gets solved. Both people feel unsafe, and the original issue gets buried under process conflict. If you only focus on the protection phase, you miss the leverage point. The leverage is earlier, at cue and interpretation. That is where you can change the trajectory before the conversation hardens. Once you can name each phase, the conversation feels less random, and you gain more influence over what happens next. This model also helps both people discuss process without blaming character. Move 1 is cue awareness. Most people notice defensiveness after they are already in it. You need to catch the first 2 seconds. Your body gives reliable signals: jaw tightness, chest tension, urge to interrupt, or a mental sentence like "that is unfair." These signals are not commands. They are alerts. In practice, you name the cue internally with one neutral label, like threat signal, then take one slower breath out. That tiny pause changes brain state just enough to keep choice online. Without this, you react from habit. With it, you can decide your next sentence intentionally. Think of this as steering correction at the first wobble, not damage control after the crash. Repetition makes this easier, because your body starts recognizing the cue sooner each week. Move 2 is interpretation reframe. Defensiveness is fueled by fast stories. One sentence from the other person becomes proof of rejection. To interrupt that, ask a reframe question silently. What is another plausible intention here? Maybe they are overwhelmed. Maybe they are scared. Maybe their timing is bad. Maybe they need reassurance. Reframing does not mean you agree with everything said. It means you refuse to let one interpretation run the whole exchange. This protects accuracy. Accurate interpretation lowers emotional heat and creates room for cleaner language. Even a slightly softer interpretation can prevent a much bigger conflict cascade. Slower interpretation gives your values a chance to re-enter the room. Move 3 is language shift. Defensive language sounds like always, never, you made me, you do not care. Repair language sounds like observation, impact, request. Example: instead of "you never listen," try "when I got interrupted twice. I felt dismissed, and I need 1 full minute to finish before responses." This structure does 3 things. It reduces blame triggers, keeps your message specific, and makes cooperation possible. You are still honest, but you are no longer using language that automatically invites counterattack. Clarity without accusation is a trainable skill that improves almost every hard conversation. Specificity also gives the other person a clear path to succeed instead of guessing. Move 4 is timing and bandwidth checks. Important conversations fail when started in low-capacity moments, late at night, during transitions, right before work, or when one person is flooded. Asking for timing is not avoidance. It is strategy. Use a short opener. "This matters to me, and I want to do it well. Is now good, or can we do 20 minutes at 7? You protect the relationship by choosing a moment where both nervous systems can cooperate. Urgency often creates poor timing, and poor timing creates defensive spirals. Good timing does not solve every issue, but bad timing can sabotage even good intentions. Capacity checks communicate respect and prevent avoidable escalation. Move 5 is micro-repair during the conversation, not after. If tension spikes, insert a repair line immediately. I care about getting this right. I am not trying to attack you. Or, I can feel myself getting defensive. Give me 10 seconds and I will reset. These lines lower perceived threat and keep both people in the same team frame. Waiting until after a blow-up makes repair harder. Early repair is cheap. Late repair is expensive. Think of repair like steering corrections while driving, not crash recovery at the end. The goal is not perfect wording. The goal is preserving enough safety for both people to stay thoughtful. Small resets protect momentum and reduce emotional residue later. Let us run one practical example. Situation: one partner feels the other is always on their phone at dinner. Defensive version: you care more about your phone than me. Likely response: that is not true. Stop exaggerating. Repair version: when phones are out during dinner, I feel disconnected. I would like 15 phone-free minutes while we eat. That is specific and actionable. The second version still names a real need, but it avoids identity attack. Identity attack produces defense. Specific request produces options. When requests are concrete, agreements are trackable, and follow-through gets easier for both people. Clear requests also make appreciation easier when progress actually happens. Common traps to avoid. Trap 1. Mind reading, assuming intention without checking. Trap 2. Stacking grievances, bringing 5 old issues into one current discussion. Trap 3. Meta-arguments about tone before clarifying content. Trap 4. Forcing resolution while flooded. If either person is highly activated, the goal should shift from solving to stabilizing. Say this instead: I want to solve this well, and I need 10 minutes to regulate so I can actually hear you. Stabilize first, then solve. You can always return to the content once both nervous systems are back in a workable zone. Process discipline prevents one hard moment from becoming a character judgment. Build a weekly system so you rely less on perfect moments. One 200-minute check-in each week with 3 prompts: what felt good this week, what felt hard, and one adjustment for next week. Keep it light, specific, and future-focused. This creates predictable maintenance, so pressure does not accumulate until a blow-up. Systems beat willpower here too. If you only communicate deeply when emotions are high, defensiveness wins. If you communicate regularly at lower intensity, trust and clarity grow. Consistency builds shared confidence, and shared confidence lowers the urge to defend every small misunderstanding. Over time, this routine creates a shared language that makes difficult moments shorter and less personal. You will still slip. Everyone does. Progress is measured by recovery speed, not perfection. After a defensive moment, run a fast reset. Name what happened, own your part, restate your intention, and make one concrete request. Example: I got defensive and interrupted. I care about understanding you. Can we restart from your main point? That single reset protects identity. You become a person who repairs quickly, not a person who avoids hard talks. Fast repair compounds into safer conversations over time. Small, consistent repairs usually rebuild trust faster than one dramatic apology after months of repetition. Reliability in repair is one of the strongest predictors of long-term communication safety. Start with one move today. Notice the cue, slow down your interpretation, and make one specific request. Do that consistently, and defensiveness loses its grip. Calm communication is not luck. It is a repeatable system. Build the system first, and better conversations follow.